Now, the chief executive of Sellafield has hit back at claims of cyber breaches and lax safety standards at the nuclear site in Cumbria. In an exclusive interview for BBC News, Euan Hutton denied reports in the Guardian newspaper that its IT systems had been hacked by groups linked to Russia and China. He also dismissed concerns that ageing and decaying facilities filled with radioactive waste could cause a nuclear disaster. Theo Leggett reports.
Sellafield is Europe's most hazardous nuclear site, a sprawling complex of ageing facilities. Large quantities of highly radioactive wastes are stored here, as well as plutonium, a toxic material that could be used to make weapons. Security is intense, so allegations that its IT systems have been hacked are extremely serious. The chief executive insists they're entirely unfounded.
We've got absolutely no evidence to suggest that our systems have been hacked in the fashion that you've mentioned there, and indeed was mentioned in the paper, by a state actor at all.
You say there's been no evidence of a hack in the way mentioned by the newspaper. Is there any evidence of a hack, full stop?
No, we've got very robust multi-layer protection systems that would indicate if anything like that had happened.
That isn't the only accusation being fired at Sellafield. It's also alleged that crumbling and decaying old facilities like this are simply unsafe and could present a risk to the public or even trigger a nuclear disaster. This vast open-air pond contains hundreds of tons of used nuclear fuel and radioactive sludge that's accumulated over decades. The challenge now is to keep it safe because it's an old facility, while at the same time carrying out the long process of decommissioning it. The question is that process being done fast enough? Sellafield insists it is. Work to clean and empty the pond is well underway, using a variety of robot submarines. This building, meanwhile, is a rubbish dump for decades' worth of nuclear scrap. But a leak, unseen and inaccessible, is letting radioactive fluid seep into the ground. This mechanical grab is being used to retrieve the waste for storage elsewhere, but it's a process that'll take years. Sellafield denies it's a problem that's been swept under the carpet.
And we are straining every sinew to accelerate safely what we have to do to stop the leak, and the best way to do that is to remove the waste safely so we can get there as soon as we can.
70 years of the nuclear industry have left Sellafield with a difficult and dangerous legacy. Bosses here insist they have nothing to hide. But the latest controversy illustrates one of its biggest problems, a sore lack of public trust. Theo Leggett, BBC News.